Okay, this is going to be a before and after video, but the tree people should be here tomorrow to actually clean out some brush for us. And I don't know if you're going to be able to hear, but Ern is complaining up a storm. So hopefully you'll do what I do, just ignore her. So she either wants to go out to do some free ranging, or she wants, as we would say, salad, or I would say weeds. But anyway, what we're doing is the back of Andrea's mother's house is right here. And so from about this point here, all the way to the left over to here, they are going to remove all of this brush and everything. They have a wood chipper, and so they said that they can pretty much just chip everything in place. So they don't have to haul it off. We don't have to put it in a big pile somewhere. This will be pretty much just chipped in place. They're actually doing that right now on one of the rural highways near us, obviously on a bigger scale. But the trees, I guess, have encroached too close to the highway, so they're going in there, they're cutting trees down and basically chipping them in place. So you see a bunch of wood chippings all over the place on the side of the road. And so this is what it's going to look like from this side as of right now. Let me get onto the road and then we'll see what it looks like from there. Okay, now I'm on the other side of the road, and so I'm just walking here so we can see what's going to be like from this side. The downside with doing all this, even though it looks like hot garbage over here, this is a nice barrier, a visual barrier for Andrea's mother, so she'll probably want something to go in its place. So we'll figure it out. And so it's going to come in and stop pretty much where these tall trees are right here. And so it's going to be everything to the right of that. So it's going to be all this stuff. All of this is just overgrown vines and just garbage, dead trees and such. So this is what they're going to take out tomorrow. Now, one of the benefits of this is going to be Andrea's mother has a drainage problem that one of the things we're going to do when we got the tractor was we were wanting to get a drainage pipe and take it from where her drainage issue is and take it over to this ditch over here. And until now, we weren't going to have a way to really do that, because I don't have any way to clean any of this stuff up. And even if I did, as of right now, I don't have any time to do it. And so that's gonna be on the list after this gets done. Now, the only caveat is going to be Andrea's mother's power is right there with her transformer right there. So the power comes down and then it goes into the ground and then snakes around all of this. And so the good thing is it's about 3 feet in the ground, so nothing that they do should be able to hurt it. But we have to be careful when we're going to be digging into the ground to put in this drainage, because I don't want to hit it. Not that I would, because it's down about 3 feet where we would not be going down nearly that deep. But still, with live wires and tractor equipment, you know, that's never a good thing. So let me go here and show you real quick her drainage problem. All right, before we go over there, I wanted to say something real quick right here. This is where our drive is, and we put this culvert here. There was no culvert, there was no direct access to the property when we bought it. The farmer that farmed this and continues to farm the back 5 acres, he would come in from like the field next door or something, and that's how he would get access to this property. So up until we bought it, there was no need for direct access. But I wanted the drive to be in this location because of the existing grade on the backside. This was the lowest spot. And I figured since this was the lowest spot, it would do two things. One, we'd have less of an incline to get onto the property. And two, since this was the lowest spot, when the water sheds off, it would naturally want to come to this area. And that's been pretty much successful. There's a little bit of ponding that happens right here, but it's not that bad. That could get easily fixed. Over on this side, there's pretty much no ponding at all. So as far as the location is concerned, I think we ended up picking a very good spot for the drive itself. So let me go over here real quick to show you this. All right, right here is the low spot. So all of the water, her downspouts and everything, it pools right here. And it doesn't have a way to get out until it gets high enough to get on where the gravel is. And so it can stay here sometimes for 2 or 3 days. So what we want to do is put a little catch basin right here and have a 4-inch regular standard drainage pipe, take it across the drive, and after they clean this out, take it over and snake it around over to the ditch. So that's the goal. But until they came here and we're going to clean this out, we have no way to be able to do that. And this is going to be our basil area. So we did not want to have it come over to this area. And not to mention, after they clean this out, we might be able to take this and extend this field part out a little bit. And so I don't want the drainage pipe to be right in the middle where this field's going to be. So I like to have options. That drives Andrea nuts a lot, but I don't like making a decision until I absolutely am getting ready to do stuff. So there's that. The sisters are over there complaining, but they can get over it. So anyway, one last look of what it looks like right now. And so tomorrow, hopefully it's going to look a little bit different. Okay, it is done. They came a day later than what they originally wanted because they had some truck issues, but they arrived a little after 9 this morning and left a little after 6 this evening. And except for taking like a lunch break, they pretty much just hammered out at it all day long. And so what they did was, they cleaned all this brush up. There were several stumps, there were big logs, there were wisteria vines all over the place. I said previously that there was Carolina jasmine. That's actually wisteria. Wisteria is those vines right there. It's very pretty, but it's also very invasive because those vines will go up there and pretty much destroy those trees. So that's pretty much happened with every single tree and shrub that was over here. So it looks really good. This was a big crater right here where it had just been eroded. The ground had just kept getting eroded. And so everybody said that, it looked like something had lived in there. One thing that we did find is that you have the grade up here, and then there's at least for where we are, a decent grade going down. So I'm gonna have to get the transit out here at some point and shoot some elevations to see what our actual grade difference is. Because if we can be able to, if there's enough grade where we can get a drainage pipe and just have it empty over here, then we're not gonna have to take it all the way to the ditch. But that's a future me problem, so I'll worry about that later. I do want to go over to the street so we can look at it from the road itself. So hold on. Okay, here we are on the other side of the road. And as you can see, it's what it looks like right now. You can see all of Andrea's mother's cabin. And you can also see the grade change over here. Now, eventually what I would like to do is be able to till this and potentially turn this into a garden. But there's probably going to be a lot of work to do before that, because they were able to get as much as they can, but you know, there's a bunch of roots and stuff that's still in there. And I don't feel like destroying my brand new tiller, getting it into a bunch of roots. So everything being said, now it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so we will see what happens. And then after it gets done raining, I'm gonna start coming out here with the tractor until we can get our irrigation line taken care of, and I'll start leveling this. If there's any hidden stumps in here, I can probably take those out with the tractor. Unlike, there's a stump over near the carport I want to get rid of, but that's in a very confined spot. This is a wide open area, so if I destroy the ground or anything, there's nothing in this area. So if I have to, I can start practicing on getting stumps out. So we have this tractor and I'm gonna use it. And so, but anyway, I know we're excited. I know Andrea's mother will be back from Arizona in a couple of weeks. She doesn't even know that we have the tractor. She doesn't watch the videos, so I don't think I'm going to spoil it for her. But because I have to get rid of that before she comes back. And so we have ideas what we're going to do with the rest of that gravel. But there we go. Now eventually we're going to come in there and clean the rest of this out. We'll leave the trees that need to be, that can be saved. There was nothing in this area that could be saved. It was all just wisteria vines and dead trees and just a bunch of junk. So that's why we just wholesale slaughtered everything over here. I do want to go back real quick and look out on where they dumped everything. So let's go over there real quick. Okay, on the way back here, we filled in this area today. We're wanting to keep the line exposed until we can pressurize it, make sure there's no leaks. But where we covered it up, there's a joint right there and there's a joint over here. So this was in the middle of a 20-foot pipe, so that shouldn't be a problem. And then as you can tell, all of the running back and forth with the tractor, this is where they dumped everything. So we got a nice big pile right here. And so that will be able to come in, and now everything's just piled up back here. Originally they were wanting to put it over here, but this is where I want the compost to be, because I want the compost to be close to my new spigot when it's operational. So that's basically where it is. These were the trees that they cut down last year. So about where this big pallet is right here is where I want the compost to be. So I can have like a 50-foot hose and just have it on that spigot. And then if we need to water the compost, then it's right there. So still working on getting a plumber to get that installed, since Andrea does not want me to do it. She's afraid that something is going to happen to the well, then we'll be out of water, And she said, at least if they screw it up, it's their liability and not mine. All right, the chickens are over there having a chicken fit for some reason. But I have to go feed them scratch in a little bit. But let's take one last look at it over here. So I don't know if Andrea's mother's going to be happy about it or not, but it's like I told Andrea, she wanted us to clean the brush up in this area, so we did that. It's not necessarily what she was expecting, but hey, get what you can get. So that's about it. After I start grading and making this look a little better, I'll do a video on that, but as of right now, I don't know when I'm going to be able to do that, because making sure all the garden stuff over here is taken care of, that's the highest priority. Because you know, we got 1,000 garlic and 1,000 onions plus a bunch of other stuff in the ground, and we don't want them to die. So getting this water line in, and then getting the irrigation system on it, and then getting straw on top of that is higher priority. So okay, this is a beautiful dusk at the end of March. So I will see everybody later.